Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. I appreciate it. Today, I've got the AllPowers R1500. Believe it or not, I come across this used. Local fella, he had it for sale. He was asking $350, I believe it was, and he actually took $300 for it. He owned it 3 months, he said. Cycled it, I believe he said 10 times. Just needed some money, or for whatever reason he sold it. I bought it, and honestly I was a little skeptical. I figured there'd be something wrong with it. Tell you what, I put it through the mill and there is nothing wrong with it that I have found out. And the only thing I didn't get was the box. It still got the sticker on the screen, the cords with it. I'm telling you, it's like brand new. There ain't a scratch on it, and I'm so glad I got it. I didn't realize how good this model was, or I would have already bought it, to be honest with you. It's worked out great. It's run everything that I've hooked up to it. Just to go over the specs, it's the R1500. It's got 1152 watt hours, 1800 watt continuous, which means whether you use one or all the receptacles or everything on it, it'll put out up to 1800 watts. After that, it's going to kick itself off. So 3,000 watt surge, which is great for this size of a power station. I'm telling you, it's really amazed me. Again, I would have bought one if I'd known how good they were. It's got UPS function, which means you can plug it up to the wall, then plug your refrigerator or freezer up to it, go away. If the power goes out, this thing detects it, and within 15 milliseconds or less, it's going to flip over to where this will keep your refrigerator or appliances going until the power is restored or the battery depletes to zero. So that's a good thing. You can go away and not have to worry about your refrigerator or freezer. I plug this up to my double door refrigerator, and again, if you've watched my video, it's 30 years old, right at it, within a month or two. 30 years old, very inefficient. I'm telling you, it's a beast, but it's a good one. I've never had a problem out of it. This thing right here, run it for 11 hours and 47 minutes. So you might as well just call it 12 hours, because I was in it just like I usually do, me and my wife. So if I hadn't got in it, I know it would have hit the 12-hour mark. So that's good to know right there. If you've got a regular refrigerator with the freezer door on top and a refrigerator door on the bottom, full size, but it's the smallest full size you can get, this thing will eat it up. You don't got no worries. If you've got a newer double door refrigerator, they're much more efficient, and the surge on them ain't quite as high as the older ones are. I have no doubt this will run any last 4 or 5 year old refrigerator or freezer. I have no worries about that. If it'll run my 30-year-old double door refrigerator, it'll run yours, as long as it ain't older, or what I'm saying, as old. But it's great. It's got pass-through charging. You can plug up anything you want and use it while you are charging this from the wall AC or solar. It don't matter. You can use it. The AC input is 1500 watt max. That's 120 volt. The solar is 650 watt max. And I wanted to show you this before I forget. Your solar input when they first come out was 60 volt from your solar. That's what went in here, was 60 volt. Any higher than that, you couldn't put it in. They've updated this. Now it's 95 volt. So you can, like I said, 650 watt solar. That's pretty good. So you ain't got nothing to worry about there. On this side, you've got your fan. You've got your AC cord hookup. You've got your circuit breaker protection. Little button there. If it overloads, it'll pop it. You just turn it off, push that in, turn it back on. You're good to go. It just protects the whole unit here. Right there is your solar and lighter input port. Right there, XT60. And again, it'll go up to 95 volt on the solar. The little doors, I like them. They got a little lock on them. You push it in, and it comes undone, locks it right there. It's got great little handles right here. Your hand actually tucks up under there, and it's got a rubbery, soft rubber sponge. Very comfortable. I wish all of them done this. This is great. But yeah, that's that side. Again, the fan. Come over here to the front. On the top, you have your wattage input. Below it is your wattage output. Below it gives you the days or hours or minutes that's left on the battery. It says remaining next to it. Right here, this number is the percentage of the battery left. Right now, we've got 86%. The blue ring, clockwise, it's charging or full. It's close to full. That's why it's all the way solid. Counterclockwise, as it's discharging, it'll lose the blue circle the lower it gets. Up here, you've got your USB-A ports, 2 of them, 18 watt. Below it, you have 2 USB-C ports, 100 watt each. Down here, you have 4 AC receptacles with really thick rubber covers, and I do like them. Before I got this, every time I seen them, I thought, man, them's big and bulky. But I'll tell you what, they're really thick, and they really do cover, and they got like a little nub right there at the bottom. It actually locks it in there. So it does keep the dust, and if there's any water outside, out of it. So I do like that. Right here is your button for the DC on. You can see it come on right there. And that does work your 12 volt lighter port right there. And that's a 12 volt 10 amp. Right here is your power button for the AC. You can see the little icon come up there. And again, you've got 4 of these AC receptacles. And when you turn on your DC, it does turn on your 2 15 watt phone wireless charger pads up here. You got 2 of them. You just lay your phone up there. It does have an app. It has a good app, I'll be honest with you. Really good looking. But you can control everything you want. It's got 3 modes of charging. And that's they call it mute, standard, and fast, which is low, medium, and high. I've got it on the standard at approximately 600 watts charging taken in. On this side, your handle again, your fan, and they got these cool looking little green vents right here, little ribs. I think that looks really good for the color. Right here, another lock door. You've got 2 expandable battery ports right here, hookups. So you can expand this if you want to make a larger unit. Back here is your info, wattage, volts, all that, watt hours. And that's pretty much it as far as looking at it. But I'll tell you what, this has been a dandy since I've had it. They send you this little AllPowers bag to keep your cord in. There's your AC cord, 3-prong. Then this end goes into your power station. They do not send you a MC4 to XT60 for your solar, and they don't send a lighter port XT60 with this because I guess the cost they're letting this go, they've got to save a little bit somewhere. But you you can get both of those for $20 or less on Amazon or eBay. So it's really nothing to worry about. And if you're like me, you've got other power stations, I'm sure you've got those cords. But again, it just comes with the power cord. So again, like I said, I have no quarrels with this. If I'd known it was this good, I actually would have bought me a brand new one earlier. But I'm so glad I just give $300 for this. This works just as good as my brand new power stations in there. And to be honest, this thing here, I like it better than my Picron E1500. My E1500, it don't get along with my large stand-up freezer. Certain things every now and then don't get along when it comes to electronics, and them two does not get along. This thing works fine with it. I mean, again, no complaints. But let's hook it up to something and we'll check it out. We're going to do my wife's air fryer just to see if it'll run it. I don't know a lot about these, but wish me luck. Power's on. I've got it plugged up. You can see the light on. Meat, I know, is high. There we go. 1744. It's running it. Like I say, right there, 1743. I've told you this thing works great. No problem. If it couldn't handle it, it would have kicked off by now. We'll cancel that and we'll move on to something else. Okay, I've got the coffee maker hooked up to it, the Keurig. So we're going to see what it'll do. Better put me a cup under there. It takes just a minute, so bear with me. Here it goes. 1408. It's hanging out at just a touch over 1400, 1401, 1403. Let that water pour here in a minute. It's boiling. Yeah, it's hanging at 1400, which if it done 1700 on the air fryer, we know it's going to do it on this, but I just want to show y'all that it does handle what it's supposed to do. I'm telling y'all, if you get one of these, you will not regret it. There comes the water. You'll see it jump back up here in a second, just boiling that water again a little bit, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 1377, 1408. There you go. So you know it can do coffee, it can do a air fryer. Let's check out a microwave. So I've got the microwave plugged up. Let's check it out. 1630, 1625, 1632. Running it with no problem. I'm telling you what, you won't be dissatisfied with it if you decide to purchase it. All right, I've got the AllPowers in the refrigerator sitting here. Refrigerator's plugged up. Let's turn the power on. It'll take it a second, but you're going to hear 3 beeps. And if you can see the light on the freezer door, a green light will come on. There you go, the 3 beeps and the light. 863, 859. I told you this thing's a monster. The surge, the peak is what gets this on most power stations where it's so old. That surge about kills them. But this thing can handle it. I'm going to show you. Lights on. Now watch, I'm going to turn it off. That way you know it's plugged up. There you go. Hey, this thing's a beast. Again, the AllPowers R1500. I'm flat telling you, you will not be disappointed in it. Again, I cannot believe the young man sold this to me for $300, but I'm so thankful he did. I have nothing bad to say about it at all. It handled everything I threw at it. If you're looking for something $500 or cheaper that will run a refrigerator, coffee pot, air fryer, microwave, lights, lamps, a little heater, I mean, it'll do it. I'm telling you, there's no worries about nothing. This thing, they've upgraded it to the 95 volt intake on the solar. I'm telling you, do not worry about it. In the description, I'm leaving you a link. Any AllPowers power station you want to buy or anything from AllPowers, I've got a discount code in my description. It's a 10% off whether you buy 1 power station, a cord, 10 power stations, just whatever you buy. It's going to knock off 10% of your entire cart. And the thing is, though, when you're ready to buy it, you have to go click on my link. Then it's attaching that 10% discount code to you. Now, if you just get on the internet and go to AllPowers by yourself, it ain't going to work. If you go to Amazon, it's not going to work. But if you go to my link and click it, it'll take you straight to AllPowers. And from there, whatever you're going to buy it right then and there while you're on the website. And that 10% discount code, it'll take it off at the end there before you check out. So basically, you can get this with that discount code approximately, I believe it's like going to be around $450, which is a heck of a deal for a 1500 unit with a 3000 watt surge. If you want to get through a little brownout or blackout, right here you go. So check it out. I appreciate you stopping by. I've got 3 more power stations basically to review, and we'll get to them here in the near future. And I've got 2 items coming in from some companies that want me to do a review, so I'm waiting on them. But as soon as I get them and do my research and play with them a little bit, we're going to be putting more videos out. Hey, take care of your family, take care of your neighbors, and God bless.